Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today, it's just going to be a chill day. I'm going to just do a simple pencil sketch. Nothing too colorful or anything, just a simple pencil sketch because I want to go back to my basics and practice what I do. And so that's a good drawing. It's nice to use a reference. In this case, I'm using a magazine as a reference photo book. Yeah, I really enjoy using People magazines, and I have a lot of magazines. Like I have National Geographics for like scenery. I have some entertainment magazines for pop culture type of things. I have shape magazines for if I want to do more of like body composition kind of things. Usually those magazines are just mostly words. There's like, here are tips for getting your tummy and whatever. But, I use them for the pictures. Yeah, there's a lot of magazines that are helpful for different things. If I want to have anatomy, I go to my shape and health magazines. If I want, a certain character design, I go to my entertainment or my Game Informers. If I want to have just people, just regular celebrities, I go to my People magazine and entertainment also. But mostly People magazine because they have good headshots there. So when I start a drawing, I usually take a while to find a good photo that I actually want to do and I want to work with, and then I take the time to draw that out. Sometimes it's more detailed and has a lot of like little tiny things and it's intricate, and sometimes it's just a simple lady with a button up on. And I think it's very important to practice because when you have a reference, you can practice not only anatomy, facial structures, proportions, but also clothing, stances, hands, all kinds of things, hair textures, hair colors, or that's if you're working with colors. But yeah, so I find working with references very fun and important. For when you go freehand, you can pick up on a couple things that you did when you were working with the reference. Different like angles or shots or like little positions of pieces that you don't expect to really see on a human body or a dog body or whatever your reference is. You can incorporate that into your freehand drawing as well. So when I first start, I lay down a sketch first, then I go in with more details, and then add more details until I like it. Now with pencil, I do everything. I usually do like an outline. Outlines are usually my dark areas, so like jaw lines, folds and fabrics, edges of things like the arm. When you draw an arm, you draw like the edge of the arm. And not many things have edges, really sharp edges like a line. But since you're drawing it, of course you gotta make it more dramatic. And so when you're drawing a fold is not actually a line, but it looks like a line because at a certain angle you're looking, it's a little bit darker or it has more value than the other parts. So you'll just make that a line. And so with the pencil drawing that I do, I try to keep my lights light and my darks dark. And then in the middle, I'll either make one or two, maybe more different shades of the pencil. I've been liking a lot of the cross hatching recently, hatching to cross hatching. And then sometimes I like to just do block, like block shading. That's more of the comic style though. And then there's, I think they call it cell shading actually. And then there's like soft pencil, which is, I think is what I did here. Soft pencil shading, which is also fun. Pencil shading, you have to really be careful not to make it too light, and you also have to be careful not to make it too dark in certain parts. Of course, you want your darks dark and your lights light, but in the middle, you want a nice gradient, a nice ombre. I think that's a hair term, but yes. You want to have the skin looking even and not kind of like you have different skin colors. Yeah, because I mean, people can get away with that. Like if that's their style and that you have like kind of cell shaded colors as values, that's cool. Like kind of like a posterized version of whatever you're drawing, that's cool. But if you want to have, if you're me, you don't want to have that because it's not that even. And sometimes I do that just because it's a little dramatic sometimes, and you want to kind of dramatize some things. That's cool. Going back to your basics is always good from time to time, especially in life when you have a motto or something like that that you want to live by. Maybe it's the Bible for you. Maybe it's a mantra for you. Maybe it's just something you want. You know, they call that manifesting or whatever. But it's nice to remember what you are doing anything for. Now, this right here is just a drawing. But it's what I want to do. I want to do art. And drawing is probably the backbone of art. Most art, anyway. I mean, of course, music is not, but you do need an outline or some way to really put the art together, like a music sheet, or I don't know anything about music, but all I know is you do need to have an idea. An idea is like a drawing or like a melody or a beat. Those are like the drawings of music. And drawing can really make or break a painting. Like you can render it pretty good, but if your drawing is not that good, then it'll look a little weird. Like your proportions, your kind of like the shapes, your symmetry, like all of that. It goes into the actual drawing. Now, I do understand styles. Like you don't need to have your proportions because maybe your proportions are what you want them to be. Like example, rescue heroes. They're something that their feet and their hands are really big, and that's the style. Or like asymmetrical style, like kind of like Blackbean's his art. You know, usually he has like one eye open, one eye kind of shut or up and down. It's like that's what he wants to do, and that's the stylistic choice that he chose in order to, that's what he wanted. But if you didn't choose to do that stylistically, and you just didn't, you want it to be more like realistic, then you should probably follow certain rules. I'm not here to tell people like you should do this and you shouldn't do this, because this is all art and we all like to do art, and whatever you choose to do is what you choose to do. If you want it a certain way, maybe you can follow the people who want it a certain way. But if you don't want it, if you don't want your greens to be that green, then don't make it that green. It's all up to you. This is your art and your life. And it all goes hand in hand. But like I was saying, it's good to go back and remember what you're doing. Go back to your basics. Go back to your mantra. Go back to your sayings. Go back to your Bible. Go back to everything to get your foundation built. Build your foundation or keep your foundation built. And yeah. And so here's the final piece. It's just a drawing, just a sketch. Nothing too crazy, kind of off. It's a drawing. And that's all, folks. See you next time. Goodbye.